got the touch.
This is Stan Bush, and this epic video from Optibotimus truly has the touch.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? If you're an old subscriber, thanks for coming back. If you're a new one, though, welcome. Before you leave, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and bell notification so that you get instant email notifications whenever I upload new reviews. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Earthrise Deluxe Class Thrust. Right before we get the full retail launch of the Transformers Kingdom figures, we have a few loose ends from Earthrise that need to get tidied up. One of which being this guy. For the package, it's much like all of the Earthrise ones. You got that kind of greenish teal package. Got Transformers, Generations, Earthrise. You can see that he's part of the Cybertronian villains. But you got that open window. You got really great art here on the side. This side here has the Ark crashing down to Earth. Come around to the back of the package itself. You can see that he transforms in 23 steps. And you got images of him in his robot as well as his vehicle mode. He is part of the Elite Seeker Squadron, which is basically like the Coneheads of sorts. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Thrust open up out of his packaging and obviously in his jet mode. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to hold this up. And while I'm holding this up, I'm going to discuss some spoilers. When this goes away, the spoilers will be over. But because Earthrise just dropped, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. So while you see this on screen, go ahead and skip this portion if you don't want to get spoiled, and then come back when you don't see this anymore. But as I mentioned, Thrust here is a Target exclusive. Dirge and Ramjet were released as a 2-pack and were Amazon exclusives, I believe. And there is a reason for that, at least in my opinion. In Earthrise, Ramjet and Dirge go off to the planet Char, leaving the mercenaries with the Autobots on the Ark. That also left Thrust with them. So in my opinion, it makes sense why they were offered in different ways. At least him separately and those as part of a 2-pack. And, yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that that's a cool thing. It still sucks that they're exclusives. And luckily, a friend of mine is actually selling me the Ramjet and Dirge set for retail, which is phenomenal because that set goes for at least $200. So for me, I think that that's fairly cool. For Thrust, though, as you can see, he is a repaint and heavy, well, not really heavy retool, but a retool of that Voyager class Seeker mold that we've been getting recently. For the comparison, let's bring in old Starscream. You can see, obviously, they're fairly similar, and that's the way that they've always been, so it works. You do have some remolding back, or well, new parts back here for the little back wing things, and then obviously these front wings are completely different. Other than the color, though, in jet mode, that's really about it. I mean, you can come around to the bottom. You can see that his shins are obviously a little bit different. That shows off a little bit more in the actual robot mode, but you can still see him here nonetheless. They do come with the same null rays, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish they came with different ones, but these are the exact same. They're just colored differently. If you wanted to, you do have the holes underneath the little engine or the propeller thingies. I don't know what they are called. You can plug them underneath there, but I don't really like how that looks, and I think that's kind of weird that they would be having air flowing through that. But you do have the holes here, so you can put it on the side there if you want. I think that sticks out a little bit too far, but you also have the one here in the back section, which are on his legs. I think that looks a little bit better. It keeps it kind of close to the body, keeps it pulled back a little bit more. I think that just overall looks better. Personal preference, obviously. And, you know, it's going to be your toy, so you can do whatever you want with it. But really very, very sharp looking. Really happy with how these turned out. And by getting all of these, now we have basically the original cast of G1 Seekers. And we have them in their Earthrise mode. Again, I'm going to bring out the little thing because I'm going to talk about a spoiler again. So again, when you see this, if you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead to when this goes off the screen. You've been warned, so now here we go. In Earthrise, though, they do not have this Earth mode. They are still in the Tetrajet sort of configuration, which I do think looks cool. I don't know if we're ever going to get that in terms of a mainline release. I'm perfectly okay with them being like this. But if we got them in Tetrajets, that would be a new thing, and I think that would be kind of cool. So again, taking this out of the way and now focusing back on the figure. You got some nice Decepticon logos right up here. Color looks really very good, very much like Thrust should look. There's no landing gear, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. And then these don't spin, or do they? No, I don't think these spin. No, those don't turn around or anything. But overall, I mean, I am very happy with him. I think that he looks really good. But the transformation is exactly the same, so we are not going to focus on it. So if you need any help, obviously, my playlist is available where you can go and check out the reviews of these guys, but we've seen these transformed a number of times. Nothing really changes with this guy. So utilizing that good old-fashioned Optibotimus movie magic, we're going to go from Thrust looking like this to looking like this. Now, I did just want to do this just because it's really the only thing that's, I guess, considerably different, but really not even all that much. But I think it's cool that a lot of times the Conehead figures, they always figured out a way, bringing this back, to basically make this the head, which was always kind of weird. And you can see, you know, bringing this up. Oh, get that all the way down. So basically, what they did was just completely redid the head so that underneath here, you now have the Conehead. Let me get all that straightened up. But there you have Thrust in his robot mode. And really very cool. Again, wonderful representation of the character. Time and time again, people talk about how these are basically like little mini masterpieces. And I've used that term for a while. It definitely has that sort of appeal. This is really a wonderful, wonderful design. Colors all look really good still. I love the Conehead section. I mean, it is absolutely perfect. The way that they did the wings here obviously fit in. Now, you can, I don't know, I mean, had them rotating around like that. And you could do that too if you wanted to. Put some up here, but that's not really all that accurate to the overall look of them. But you could do that if you wanted to. You just kind of leave them down though, and that's his more kind of cartoon look for it. But as you can see, you do have the new shins right here. And then obviously the new head. That's really pretty much it. So for the comparisons, let's bring in good old Starscream. Here we are. It's the Starscreamer, and he's a little bit. Why are you a little bit drunk? What's happening right now? Let me straighten out your legs a little bit. Get going on here. But yeah, really wonderful, wonderful look here. I love the fact that we're getting these. I cannot wait. I can't thank my friend enough for, like I said, getting me Dirge and Ramjet and allowing me to complete the Coneheads. Because basically now, like I said, I have all the Seekers. You have Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream, then the Coneheads. I love the fact that we have the Rainmakers and everything in the Tetrajet mode. I mean, that's all wonderful. They're just nailing it with all these. So this articulation is all basically the same. You do have a bit of a ball joint here. Great head sculpt on there. Yellow eyes looks really good. So help me God, yellow eyes. The swivel, the hinge, the rotation, elbow joints, all of that is there. You don't have a waist rotation because that's all locked into place. You do have forward and back. That moves in and out. Very stiff. Rotates at the upper part of the thigh. And the knees are really stiff as well. Like, to get him to bend, you really need to push here to hold this whole section together, because otherwise you bend the leg and that's going to, at least on mine, detach it. So I like seeing that there's not really, I mean, I don't even know how many different versions so far we've gotten of this guy, or of this mold in general, but love the fact that there's no real mold degradation or anything like that. That's really cool. The back is basically the same. You have that little cone thing. I mean, maybe if you could hide that a little bit better, that would be cool, but I mean, from the front, man, it kills it. Super freaking awesome. I love it. But great figure. Absolutely great. Can't recommend him enough. If you're collecting Transformer toys, the Coneheads are definite must-haves to have in a display. The unfortunate nature of things, as I talked about, they're all an exclusive in some way, shape, or form. Thrust here is exclusive to Target stores, and Ramjet and Dirge are exclusive, or were exclusive to Amazon, I believe. So they are going to be fairly difficult to get, and that's unfortunate because, again, main characters, they're not A-listers like the regular Seekers, but they're definitely B-listers if you ask me. Either way, I can't stand the whole exclusive thing. I've talked about it time and time again. It's all the same kind of stuff. But that's about it for him. If Thrust here is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, he is hitting various Target locations right now. So if you are looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Once again, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you would do one very simple thing for me, and that's to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really very much appreciate it. Or if you'd like to take your support a little bit further, consider becoming a patron or an Optibotimus Plus channel member. If you'd like information on how you can become a patron like these guys right here, check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Optibotimus. Or if you want to keep all of your perks and rewards like custom emojis, individual loyalty badges, members-only live streams, Zoom calls, and the occasional giveaway, consider becoming a member of Optibotimus Plus like these guys have done. And for that, all you have to do is click on that little join button right down there. And finally, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.